everyone, welcome to Car Salvage 101. Thanks for tuning in. So, if you didn't already know, last week I made a auction purchase of this Fiat 500 Twinair, first Twinair I've had, and collected it today. Bit of a story behind this one. It actually was located about 1.5 miles down the road. Yeah, lucky for me. And unfortunately, the people who I bought it from, car.co.uk, wanted to charge me £75 for delivery. It is a run and drive. Yeah, so that wasn't going to happen. So sorted out eventually it getting here. It didn't cost me anything. So this is the car. Now I've actually partly throughout the week been dreading, like anything, is thinking to yourself, what have you purchased, what's going to be the issues, and seeing some photos doesn't give you an idea. And it also talks about a description as well of what you're going to be faced with Yeah, so we're going to run through that today. We're going to go over what we've got. Did I get myself a bargain? Did I get myself a lemon? What else was there to mention? Okay, so right, I'm trying to think before we go into or launch into it, what else was there to mention before we do. Don't think there was. So yeah, first Twinair that I've purchased, they don't hold their value as much as the 1.2s, but road tax is 0, and I've already taxed it, so we can put it on the road. That's great. Yeah, I think we should just crack on with it, shouldn't we? I'm still partly learning, partly about the engine, and there's a few other little things in this that's been a bit of a surprise. But anyway, we'll do an outside and then we can do an inside. So just bear in mind, okay, that this was described as an uncategorized original category, which in my opinion, and I believe, is that it's what it was from the factory. It said near side front damage to wing, and that is the only damage that was mentioned in the in the description. So, right. First off, I'm quite surprised that on the Twinair they stayed with these, which if you don't already know, these came out in 2008, and they've always and for some reason they've remained with this car 2014. I'm not a particularly massive fan of them, but they will. There's like a matte black. They'll clean up, and then I'm thinking I'm just going to run just some black paint over them. If anyone knows where best to get something that matches close to it, I'm not going to fill it, and I'll just put some black paint over them, I think. So yeah, tread wise, these are all good chunky tyres. There's some great tread on them, and I can't actually work out what the Rapid, so it's not premium, a premium tyre, but they're all kind of been scuffed. From this side you can see here we do have this which runs down here. Might be able to clean that up a lot better. I'm not overly worried by that. I think we'll just cut back on the lacquer and clean it up. We might be able to sort that out. Even that's still intact. Can you believe that? They're always breaking. So The rear, by the way, oh yeah, should have said, there's some try and guesswork on the colour. I think now you could probably see this is 268A, so it's a white. It's not been wrapped, it's not anything, so those photos that they take are flipping useless. So sports exhaust, no real difference here. Again, got minor scuffing to here, but the tyres are the same all round. Rear brake discs on the Twinair, unlike the Sport 1.2 where it was drums, get rear brake discs on this one. Again, we have absolutely no issues down the side here. I should say on the top there's no dents on the top either. We sometimes do find that there's a small, you can find some dents on the roof. Nothing here. Door handle is good. No dent to the sill. This is the worst wheel, as you can see here. Nicely scuffed. So yeah, it's a bit dirty, but there we go. So this is the wing that's damaged. Side front wing. The only problem we've got is some chips to here, which we can fill in and sort out quite easily. Otherwise, I can't see any damage to that wing at all. If we look round the front, we have fog lights. Optional extra, paid optional extra, or is it standard on a Twinair? That's the question. Don't know, because and I am going to compare on a 1.2 Sport. Those are not standard. Nothing, no problems on the bonnet. Just needs a good clean up, but as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing there. No problems on the windscreen, no cracks, nothing on there, so that's good. This side, again, some scuffing, but again, the same tyre as well. Again, all good tread. So those aren't going to come up in an advisory on an MOT, which actually is due in August. If we just shut this for the minute. Again, no problems with the sill, and no problems, no dents, nothing at all to the outside of the car. So at the moment, I think we could argue that this is a pretty clean 500. I generally don't see anything that can't be sorted or anything that's going to require a lot of attention to detail on it. Right, so let's just box off a couple of things here. Luckily, we've got no damage to this. Got the parcel shelf in the boot. We need to give that a good clean and work on just checking out this tyre here. But there doesn't appear to be any, well, it doesn't even look, I wouldn't even say that's ever been used either, so that's good. Actually, I'll tell you what, that's the only possible problem. We don't actually have a centre screw, don't think, actually, so we are missing that. So yeah, right, just need a tiny bit of touching up here as well. Now on the inside, the mat's been taken out. The mat is quite filthy, so that's been taken out. So it's got mats. Back doesn't really look like it's been used. Don't really think we need to even clean the seats. So what stands out from this compared with, as I say, a 1.2 Sport is immediately we've got climate air conditioning, not the usual Fiat 500 where everything's twirly. We've got a sport button, not the city button. These are all broken. Both of these are all completely shot. So that needs to come out, can be fixed again. That's your sat-nav charger port, which you don't have to worry too much about. Obviously we've got front fogs. Yes, this was partly taken apart, partly because this has been broken. I think they've tried to fix it, but I've got plenty of those. I think that's all good. I don't know, actually, maybe not, but I've got all those parts, so those can all be sorted. So I'm happy with just sorting that out. Locking wheel nut is in there. And the actual general state, apart from those, the actual condition of this within the inside is very good. Electric LCD speedo. No flashing mileage. So as far as I'm concerned, the Bluetooth is working. So that is good as well. And we have 2 keys. And yeah, there is nothing left in here. It's all been cleared out. There's no trying to find CDs or money or anything like that. It is all been cleared. Now, one thing again, maybe Twinair owners can tell me, or anyone who knows their 500s well, is we have the advanced speaker system, the Interscope, which the last time I saw these was in my R bath, which I got. So down here, if you look between my legs, is the what do you call it? Do I want to say bass? Can't remember. The bass. Anyway, you know what I mean. So that is that optional. So what we're looking at, compared with, bear in mind this and that one up there, same year, although we go a newer speedo, so obviously this car's slightly newer. We've got an upgraded sound system, we've got climate, and we've got the sport button. Now the sport button appears, looks like we've got a 105 brake horsepower Twinair and not one that's slightly lower. We still pay 0 tax, so that's good. Yeah, so what have we got left to show you? So just got this on a slow charge just to bring this battery up, because they always need a bit of a charge. It did start off the button, so there's no real issues there. I think there's a slight overfill on the engine oil, so going to suck up some of that. Probably in 2 minds at the moment about oil. I'll come to that in a sec. Just topped up that, everything's good there. So fluid wise, we are good. Is there a problem with the engine? That's the question that some of you might be wondering and thinking, is this why this ended up in auction? Answer is no, it's not. This has been driven, 3/4 of a tank of fuel. As far as I'm aware, there is nothing wrong with this engine. Yes, it sounded like a tractor for the first 45 seconds, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with the clutch, with the gearbox, or with this engine at this time. Fingers crossed, mechanically there is no issue, he says. But no, generally I've got there is no problems with the mechanical side of the car, and obviously cosmetically there's very little wrong with it as well. So am I happy with the purchase? At 1,400 quid, I am. Now, as we get sort of a bit closer to the end of this video, there's a few other things. So in the description of the car, we spoke about this near side front passenger. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So that could have been probably explained a bit better. It said there's no V5. There is a V5, so I've been able to tax it, so that's good. So don't have to apply for one of those. It's got 2 owners, and this, looking at a little check on one of my apps, on this reg, it came up that this went up for sale in 2019 with 44,000 miles on the clock, I think. And it was up for sale for 4.5. We're now at 74,000 miles. So yeah, so I think in about 4 years of driving, it's only lost. I don't know what she sold it for. It's a she, by the way, that had the car. I don't know what she sold it for, but you know, even if I put this up for $3,000, it's only lost 1,500 quid in 4 years. So yeah, so we've got the V5. The other thing it said was that there was no service history on it. That's a lie. We have a service history. I don't know if it's actually in here, maybe. So first off, we have a stamped booklet, as you can see. Ended up in Wiltshire at the end of its current life. It has since been done further. Don't know if it's in here actually. No, it's not. Oh, there it is. January 23, so 14 months ago. 67,000 on the clock, so it's done 4, 5, 6, about 7,000 miles since this, and it had oil, air filter, pollen filter, spark plugs too, because that's all it needs, and engine oil. So it had a full-on service, costing £315. So we pretty much have, we'll call it a service history. So that's something as well. So there you have it. Coming up to nearly 20 minutes now. On the 2014 Twinair, 105 brake horsepower, 117 mile an hour sport with 16-inch rims that do need refurbishing. 3/4 of a tank of fuel. Did I buy a lemon? I don't think I did. Yes, it's a Twinair, but I don't feel for 1,400 quid I've really got a bad deal, to be fair. It's not going to require hours and hours, hopefully. Obviously the MOT might, throw up a few surprises, but we'll try and work out whether or not we need to change anything before that. But yeah, let me know what you think. What do you reckon you should put it up for? 2, did I get myself a bargain? Would you kind of look to buy it, kind of thing? And have I missed anything? I'd like to think I haven't. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts, especially around the options of the fog lights and the sound system. I want to know if those were optional. And also if you know of any good matching paint that might look good on the alloys. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Hit the subscribe button for more, obviously, as we go through the processes of getting this all sorted and done. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. Until next time, thank you all for watching, and catch up with you all again very, very soon.